Welcome to Unapologetically Anxious Me, Confessions of a Haitian Girl, the podcast where I blend life, love, sex, and relationships with mental health, social issues, and history, all from my very unabashed perspective. Join me, Joe Ciceron, as we unravel the power of vulnerability, celebrate storytelling, our history, and connect with incredible individuals who have tales to share. Let's dive deep into our essence and the narratives that mold us, because in this space, we believe in the magic of authenticity and the beauty of being unapologetically you. Welcome back to another episode of Unapologetically Anxious Me, Confessions of a Haitian Girl. I'm your host, Joe, and today I want to share something deeply personal and challenging. The realities of being an autism mom, especially when you're navigating this journey with a husband on the spectrum and raising two wonderful children, both my son and daughter, who are also on the spectrum. We're going to talk about the difficulties of accepting help, the mental and emotional toll, and the unique struggles of being a Black family dealing with these challenges in a predominantly white rural community in Minnesota. This is a conversation many autism families need, but don't often get to have. Let's get into it. Let me start by saying that raising children on the autism spectrum is both a privilege and a challenge. My children are incredible, full of unique perspectives, creativity, and love. But the reality is, our day-to-day lives require a level of patience, resilience, and energy that can be very overwhelming at times. For those who may not be familiar, autism spectrum disorder is a developmental disorder that affects communication and behavior. The spectrum means that symptoms and their severity may vary widely. My son struggles with sensory sensitivities and social interactions, while my daughter has her own set of challenges, including difficulty with change and routine. My husband is also on the spectrum, which adds another layer to our family dynamic. While his understanding of our children's experience is invaluable, it also means that I often take on the role of primary caregiver and organizer, managing the household and the myriads of appointments and therapies that come with raising children with special needs. One of the most significant challenges we face is accepting help. We have a personal care assistant service through the state, which has been a lifeline for us. These services help us manage everyday tasks that can become overwhelming to our family. Keeping the house clean, helping with meal prep, and just providing that extra set of hands when things get chaotic. But even with this help, I often struggle with the feelings of guilt and inadequacy as a mother. I wonder if I'm failing them because I need this support. The stigma around needing help, especially as a mother, is pervasive. Society often expects us to be superwomen, managing everything flawlessly. But the reality is, raising children on the spectrum is a full-time job, and it's okay to need help. In fact, it's essential. Living in a predominantly white rural community in Minnesota adds another layer of complexity to our situation. Being a Black family in this setting can be isolating. We don't have family or friends nearby, so our support network is limited. It's hard to find people who understand that we trust, are experienced, and can offer the kind of emotional and practical support that we need. Our recent loss of our personal care assistant has been incredibly hard on our entire family. The kids have built a strong bond with their PCA, and the transition has been extremely tough. Consistency and routine are crucial for children with autism, and losing a trusted caregiver disrupts that stability. It's been a struggle to find a new PCA who seamlessly fits into our lives and understands the unique dynamics of our family. The mental and emotional toll of these challenges is significant. I deal with anxiety, bipolar disorder, ADHD, and depression. And managing my mental health while caring for my family can feel like an impossible task. There's very little room for self-care when you're constantly putting fires out and managing crises. Research shows that parents of children with autism experiences higher levels of stress compared to parents of neurotypical children. According to a study in the Journal of Pediatrics, parents of children with autism spectrum disorder report higher levels of stress, depression, and anxiety. This stress is compounded by the feeling of isolation and the constant need to advocate for your children in a world that doesn't always understand or accommodate their needs. One of the hardest parts is watching my children struggle to socialize and be accepted by their peers. My son began experiencing bullying this past school year, and it broke my heart. Bullying can have a devastating effect on children, especially those on the spectrum. Studies have shown that children with autism are more likely to be bullied than their neurotypical peers, leading to increased anxiety, depression, and social withdrawal. I worry about what's to come as my children grow older and social pressures increase. The world can be so harsh of a place for children who are different, and it's my job to prepare them and protect them the best that I can. But it's a daunting task, and I often feel overwhelmed by the weight of it all. So where do we go from here? How do we navigate these challenges and support each other in this journey? First, it's crucial to acknowledge that needing help doesn't make you a bad mother. It makes you a responsible parent and a caring one. We need to break the stigma around asking for support and understand that it's a sign of strength, not weakness. Building a support network, even if it's a virtual one, can make a huge difference. Connecting with other autism families through online communities can provide a sense of solidarity and understanding. Sharing experiences and resources can help us feel less alone and more equipped to handle the challenges we face. Advocating for better services and support systems in our communities is also imperative. We need more trained professionals who understand autism and can provide a specialized care for our children in need, especially BIPOC professionals. This includes better training for educators to recognize and address bullying and create an inclusive environment for all students. Self-care is not a luxury, it's a necessity. Finding small ways to take care of your mental health can make a big difference. Whether it's finding a few minutes each day to meditate, exercise, or simply take a break, prioritizing your well-being is crucial. Remember, you can't pour from an empty cup. For those listening who may not be directly affected by autism but want to support, here's how you can help. Educate yourself about autism and the challenges families face. Be compassionate and understanding. Offer practical support, whether it's helping with errands, providing a listening ear, or simply being there. Small acts of kindness can go such a long way for our families. To all the autism moms out there, know that you are not alone. Your struggles, your triumphs, your fears, and your hopes are shared by so many. We are in this together, and together we can create a more understanding and supportive world for our babies. I'd love to hear your thoughts on today's episode. So how do you manage the challenges of being an autism parent? What support systems have worked for you? That's all for today's episode of Unapologetically Anxious Me, Confessions of a Haitian Girl. Thank you so much for tuning in and sharing this space with me. Don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review this podcast episode if you enjoyed today's discussion. Stay strong, stay compassionate, and remember, you are doing an amazing job. Until next time, bye.